Hello all, welcome to BISP Today we will start Oracle Planning and Budgeting Cloud Service. In general, planning in accounting is an essential part of business management. It helps businesses set goals, allocate resources, and develop strategies to overcome challenges. Planning is very important because it helps in defining goals. Planning helps businesses set realistic goals and assign time frames for achieving them. Accordingly, what the goals we have defined, it also helps in determining the objectives. Then secondly, it reduces aimless activities, thereby providing proper resource assessment and decision making. Planning helps businesses mitigate future risks by creating contingency plans for managing changes. Planning helps businesses manage their growth and expansion as it rationally assesses operational feasibility and financial viability. Now, Oracle's PBCS and EPBCS are both cloud-based planning and budgeting services, but they differ in some of the ways, like first, customization. So PBCS is more flexible and customizable, make changes to business rules and templates. On the other hand, EPBCS has pre-built frameworks with limited customization options. Then pre-built content. EPBCS comes with pre-built content such as forms, dashboards and business rules, which is based on best practices. Whereas PBCS is more like a blank application that can be customized to meet a business specific needs. In PBCS, additional dimensions can be added later on. But in EPBCS, dimensions can only be added when configuring each framework for the first time. Now I have opened this to create the application. Let me refresh. So when we create the application, this is the first page which appears. Here we have to make a choice whether we have to create a sample application or we have to create a new application or we want to migrate. Today we will start with creating a new application of planning. So click on the start. So we will start by providing name, description and application type. So name is PBCS. Description, I'll give it as demo application. Then we have application type. Here we have to select the modules for application type. All these modules are available. First you can see is custom. Custom is the one which is where we can provide custom changes, and it is used for creating PBCS application. Then is the freeform. So here you can see it implements highly scalable models using custom flexible dimensions. So unlike standard planning application, in this free-form application, user can define and structure all dimensions according to their specific business need. Free-form applications essentially leverage the SBIS Cube technology, allowing for powerful data modeling and analysis capabilities. Users can import existing SBIS outlines to create a free-form application in Oracle Cloud. So this is ideal for situations where standard planning dimensions are not sufficient to accurately represent the planning process. Next is modules. This is basically used for EPBCS, which is module based, and there are 5 modules, that is financial module, workforce, capex, strategic modules and project. So this is basically module based, and it creates best practice applications using combinations of enterprise module cubes. Then the last 3, which is you can see sales planning, this strategic workforce planning and cash forecasting. So these are the new features which is included, all of these 3, and it serves specific purposes. Like the sales planning, this creates a comprehensive solution for managing sales performances. Then this is for strategic workforce planning, where we configure drivers and analysis, and this is precisely for cash forecasting. So we'll click on this custom. Then next. This is all the details of the application to be configured. First you see here period frequency. This is the option of monthly, weekly, quarterly and custom. Ideally monthly is chosen. Then we have start and end year. So start year I am taking it as 2020 and end year 30. So see, right now 24, it is 2024 going on. So the data of 20, 21, 22, 23 and till date 24 will be actual data, or you may say historical data. And then all the data after 24 till 30 will be forecasted or budgeted data. Okay, it is budget or forecast or plan. First month of the fiscal year, that depends on the business, that depends on the policies of the where the business is operating. So I'm taking it as January. So this is basically the month in which your fiscal year begins. Then here this is weekly distribution. So this sets the monthly distribution pattern based on the number of fiscal weeks in a month. This is even distribution. Then distribution of 4, 4, 5. And you can see 4, 5, 4, and these are all the weekly distribution pattern in a month. So we generally use even distribution. Then this is rolling forecast. This is a continuous forecast that's not dependent on the fiscal year end. So it's a management tool that helps organizations plan over a set period of time. Rolling forecasts are usually defined on a monthly or quarterly basis, and it can be in 12, 18 or 24 month cycles. So I am clicking it to five. I am taking the period duration as 5. So see, here's how a rolling forecast work. Like in the first month of the year, a company fills in a forecast scenario for a period like July 11 till June 12. So in the next month, the company will fill in a forecast scenario for the next 12 months like August 11 to July 12. So this will keep next. Here the other details we have to provide is the task flow type. So first is the task list. So these are a classic feature which guides users through the planning process by listing tasks, instructions and end dates. And then EPM task manager. This is a default option for new applications. This provides a centralized monitoring of all tasks and provides a visible, automated and repeated system of record for running application. So we'll select EPM Task Manager. Then this is the drop down list for currency. All the major currencies are there, you can see. So this we are selecting USD. Then this is the option for multi-currency. So this is provided by the currency dimension and enables planning in different currencies. When I've selected this over here, so when I select this, a member called no member is added to the dimension to store currency information. This is multi-currency type. And here this is simplified form. So we are choosing simplified over here. Then this is the name of input cube. So this is where all inputs, calculations and loads will take place. So we have given it as plan 1. And then the reporting queue, and we have given it as PBCS. Then there is sandboxes and strategic modeling. So sandbox is, if we like enable this is optional, not important. But when we enable sandboxes, this will enable us to see all the versions of planning. Since we do not have various versions right now, I am not clicking it. Similarly, strategic modeling also, I am not clicking it right now. So this is how we do the details part. Now this is customize. Here you can see dimensions. Basically, these dimensions, this is provided out of the box. 6 are provided: time period, account, year, scenario, version and entity. These 6 are provided out of the box. And then there is a custom, so you can create up to 13 user defined custom dimensions. So there in the period, in the details, in the details we have already mentioned the starting month. So it has taken the member names for period, which is January to December. Similarly, we have given the start year, so it has taken it. Now we can add custom dimensions by clicking this. So you can see you've got 2 custom dimensions to be added. Then from here we can browse and load the metadata file. So today we are not loading any metadata. We are just learning how to create the application. And then click on next. So this is now the summary of the application to be created. see, start and end period is mentioned. Then first month of fiscal year, I have provided January. This is mentioned. We have given 5 periods for rolling forecast. This is given. We have to even distribution for weekly distribution. So this is the summary. Now we'll click on create. Okay, since there are no data sources, let me just refresh this. This is some technical error I'm getting right now. We have completed all these steps and we are in the last step of reviewing. We have reviewed the application that we have created. We just have to go and click on create. But I am getting a technical error, and you can see that the demo environment is currently unavailable. There is some system error coming. But this is how the application is created. Once the system error gets resolved, we'll go into the application and we will see the data properties and we will see how the cards look like. So we are still getting the error. The demo environment is currently unavailable. So here is the application. Once you click on create over here, it will take some time. You will get the application where you have to log in again. So once we log in, we have the application like this. Here the digital capital and 2 modules are there. This is the navigator. I am clicking on the dimensions over here. This is the cube. From here we select the cubes. So this is how revenue planning, this is all metadata created. So revenue planning, expense planning, income statement, balance sheet planning. When you drill it down, you will see the accounts created. This is the metadata. This we have to load. Now since if we would have created this one, I would have shown you the blank application, and then we would have created 1 or 2 dimension members. So but now this is already created. I will explain you the data properties from here itself. And here you can see the dimension, all these dimensions: account, currency, then period, scenario, version, year, entity. These 6 are out of the box. Rest are all custom dimensions, which is market, plan element, product. Okay, so this is one of the members in account dimension. So when we create this, first we have to provide a name and alias. This is the account, cash in bank. Alias is by default, it is default is chosen ideally from alias table, and the alias name is cash in bank. Now we will get the option of account type. So here we have the option between expenses, revenue, asset, liability, equity, and saved assumptions. So all those accounts which are of asset category, we will, like cash in bank we have created. So this is asset. We're going to write asset over here. We're going to choose asset over here. Similarly, for all the liabilities, we'll choose liability, and for capital accounts, we're going to choose equity. If we are creating income statement accounts, then we're going to choose expenses and revenue accordingly. Then this is variance reporting. So this determine how the difference between budgeted and actual data is calculated. Here you can see it is expense and non-expense. So in expense, the actual value is subtracted from the budgeted value to calculate the variance. So this variance reporting is used to analyze the difference between actual performance and budgets. Here assets, we will be choosing non-expense. the account type is asset, and variance reporting will be non-expense. Then this is time balance. So this time balance, this is balance. There is other option which is flow. It is not coming right now. Let me here come out, and if I this is cash in bank. So see, this is time balance. Here there is option of flow, first, balance, average, fill, weighted average, custom, and disable. You can even disable the time balance. So basically this specifies how the system calculates the value of summary time periods. Generally flow and balance is used. So flow, this is aggregate of all values for a summary time period as a period total. For example, January, we have loaded data in January as 10, February as 15, and for March 20. So quarter 1 under flow data will be 45. It has aggregated 10 plus 15 plus 20. First is whatever is the first data to be entered, irrespective of the number of periods. Like for Jan, Feb, March, we have entered 10, 15, 20. So this will aggregate in quarter 1 to 10. Then balance. So here the ending value in a summary time period as the period total. So for the period total, it will take the ending value. Like for Jan and Feb, March, we have entered 10, 15 and 20. So for the period total, that is for quarter 1, it will take 20 as the period total. So balance, the last one it will take. Average, it will average out, it will add it up all and will divide it by number of periods taken. Then the next member property is skip. So here the first one is none. So it will take the default value. It does not skip data when calculating the parent value. Next is missing. So wherever when we are entering the data there is missing over there, written missing, then it will skip that missing data when it will calculate the parent value. So basically we are through this property we are telling what is supposed to be skipped. Then next you can see zeros. This will skip data that equals 0 when calculating the parent value, and data that equals 0 when calculating the parent value. So you can select here, we will select the desired skip option. So generally missing and zeros. So it has to skip the zeros and missing. That's what we are telling. Next is exchange rate type. So this is the basically on which rate the translation will take place. So for all the balance sheet items we take ending rate, And for all P&L items, income statement accounts, we take average rate. So if you see, this is cash in bank, asset items, I'm taking it as ending rate. Now then we have the source cube. We have created the source cube when we were configuring the application. So this is the one where inputs, calculations and loads will take place. So this we have chosen as OEP_FS, or if we have taken plan 1, we are going to choose that cube. Then next is data storage property. So first one is store. It stores data values for members. Simply when the data is loaded, when we keep the store option, the data value will be stored for that particular member. Then is the dynamic calc. Calculates data values for member. So we do not load data on these. On the fly, this is going to calculate the data value for members. And then dynamic calc and store is that it will calculate on the fly and then it will store on that particular member. Then we have never share. This prevents members in the same dimension from sharing data values. Then we have shared. This allows members in the same dimension to share data values. And lastly is label only. So this displays the data of the first child member, regardless of the aggregating setting of the children. So this will not aggregate, this will not calculate, and we do not load data on these. It will only display the data of the first child member. Next is 2-pass calculation here. So this is a property that recalculates values of members based on values of other members or parent members. It can be applied to members that are tagged as accounts or entity members with dynamic calc or dynamic calc and store property. There only to those members where the storage property is either dynamic calc or dynamic calc and store, there only 2-pass calculation can be attached. So right now this is a store member, so I will not click here. So this is basically useful for member formulas that need to be calculated twice to get the correct value. For example, to calculate the ratio between sales and margin, the application needs to calculate margin first. To ensure that the ratio is calculated based on the freshly calculated margin, the margin percent ratio member can be tagged as a 2-pass calculation. So we are not checking this right now. Then this is the plan type. So we're going to choose the cube. This is the source cube. The same will be chosen here. Then this is the consolidation properties, member consolidation properties. So this actually determine how child members roll up into the parents. By default, and like this is a new member I'm creating, so by default these are given this addition operator, meaning that the members will be added to the parent. So this addition, this adds the member to the resulting value from calculations performed on prior members within that hierarchy. And this is addition, this is a default operator. Then this subtraction, this multiplies the member by -1 and adds it to the sum of previous calculations performed on other members. Next, multiplication. This multiplies the member by the result of previous calculations performed on other members. Division. This divides the member into the result of previous calculations performed on other members. Then percent. This divides the member into the sum of previous calculations performed on other members. The result is then multiplied by 100 to yield a percent value. So to show the value in percentage, this is multiplied by 100. Then ignore. So this does not use the member in the consolidation to its parent. It will ignore that member. And this never, this will also ignore, but this does not use the member in any consolidation in any dimension. So this is ignore is limited to particular dimension, while never, this will not use that member in any of the consolidation in any of the dimensions except attribute dimension. So next is this data type. So here we have the option of unspecified, currency, non-currency, percentage, smart list, date and text. So this is data in numerical. Here we will choose currency. Then next is the smart list. So this is smart list is used to create custom drop down list that users access from form cells basically. So when a smart list is created, then it is available over here. Right now smart list is not created. So once a custom smart list is created according to the business requirement, then that is attached over here, and if this drop down is clicked, then that smart list will appear. So when we click on the sales whose members are associated with the smart list, so users can select items from drop down list instead of entering data. So if the smart list is enabled, users cannot type in sales. So today we have learned how to create a new application, a new planning application, and we have gone through all the member properties. Okay, now that's it for today. We'll continue tomorrow with another session, and if you have any doubts, you can write into bisp.com, www.bisp.com. Thank you.